Hello Young Justice fans, Dark Superboy here again with another video for you based on our favourite superhero series, and today's video is going to be all about how many seasons of Young Justice do we think there are going to be. Let's begin.
How many more
Okay, first things first, don't panic. This is not saying that Young Justice has been cancelled or announcements of no more episodes are being made. This is merely speculation and discussion of how many seasons do we think there's really going to be of the show. And to get it started, story. What information I can get, they've definitely got enough of that. If we look at a quote from Greg White and Brandon Vietti from the Whelmed interview that I quoted a couple of weeks ago, they said this.
Generally, yes, it was. I mean, we have a long-term plan, at least 5 years. I mean, I should say, now it's past 5 years, but back in season one, we had a basic 5-season plan.
Yeah.
And that hasn't shifted all that much.
Yeah. So 5 seasons worth of story, definitely easy in the bag for them. So story is not going to be a problem for creating new episodes. Also, after season 2's cancellation, Greg Weisman did say he had like 100-page book in his house somewhere of events that are happening, have happened, and will happen in the Young Justice Earth 16 storyline. So yeah, running out of episodes is not going to be a problem for them. For the sake of ratings, we don't know anything on that really, because this is the first time it's ever been broadcast on HBO Max. But if we look at DC Universe, a much more limited audience streaming service for DC comic fans and superhero fans, it was doing very, very well on just that small audience channel of being in the top 10 streaming episodes per week during its episode lines. And it was also bumping up other shows on the streaming channel, such as Titans and Doom Patrol, into the top 10 as well, just by them being associated with the same channel as Young Justice. So ratings, I don't feel is a problem either. The problem is that it's going to come to is practicality and backing. Practicality wise, unfortunately, this is going to be Young Justice being a victim of its own success with the quality of continuity. Because at this moment, if my prediction of the time jump between season 3 and season 4, we're looking at an average of 3 years time jumps between each season. So by the time you get to season 10, 30 years are going to have gone by since season 1. So that makes Robin at 15, 45, and the others in their 50s. And so you can't really have a show about Young Justice if your team aren't young anymore. Yes, you have the opportunity that younger generations are going to take over the roles like Tim Drake, Cassie. But again, that's still going to be the problem of 30 years is a very long time. So even the younger ones of the new generation are still going to be very old to be considered Young Justice. And yes, you still have the next generation of the kids like Arthur and the Allen twins. Again, 30 years, they're going to be 30 by the time they get to season 10, and there is no generation after them because no characters like that exist yet, storyline or even in the DC universe, because that is a lot of years to go by. So yeah, season 10, probably not likely. Season 5, yeah, that makes sense. It's still only a few more years. The final factor is backing. And this is the most important thing before all the others, because if you don't have backing of the boards of Warner Brothers and DC Comics, you don't get a show that works. But obviously, they're going to keep on wanting to look for new, fresh ways to get their audience in. And even the most successful DC animated shows still had limited runtime. Teen Titans, 5 seasons. Justice League and Justice League Unlimited combined was 5 seasons. Teen Titans Go is up to 6 seasons, but that is a very cheap show to make, and it's obviously for a lower demographic of kids, which is really easier to peddle to. So yeah, that's obviously going to be a limited time frame as well. But the good news is, so far they haven't announced any production of anything in the DC animated line yet. They're mostly focusing on the live action stuff with Superman and Lois and the CW universe, Stargirl and all that stuff, Doom Patrol, etc. They haven't actually really focused anything on the DC animated line, and I think that's because they know Young Justice is good for a few more years. When something gets announced anyway, or the beginnings of production of an idea, that's still going to take a few years to finally finish and then release. And then you've still got to see a couple of seasons in of that show to see if it's successful enough to replace Young Justice. So we've got many years in the line, many years of the future Young Justice ahead of us. In my heart and heart's honesty, and I hate to say this, I would want it to go on forever, but obviously you can't have that. 6, 7, 8 seasons pushing it. So yeah, we're about the halfway mark if best case scenario there. But this is only speculation and theory at this moment. I'd like to hear your views on the subject. How many seasons of Young Justice do you think practically are going to be made? How many seasons of Young Justice would you like to see? Please write in the comment section below. Your support is everything, and I really do like hearing back from you guys. I'm past 800 subscribers a couple of days ago. I dropped back down to 799, but I'm sure we'll get back past the 800 mark. I have a few surprises in stores and treats for you in the upcoming months. Like, comment and subscribe. Your support does mean everything to me. I've been Dark Superboy. This has been a video on Young Justice. And as always, let hope burn bright. Goodbye.